The campaigning charity Animal Equality sent an investigator to work undercover on a large dairy farm in Wales. They've shared their footage with Panorama. Some of it is hard to watch. To make sense of it, I'm meeting the man who filmed it. He's asked us to disguise his identity. What was the basic routine at the farm?
Well, I was general worker, assisted with milking and other tasks that are required on the farm.
He worked on the farm over a couple of months. One of the first things he saw was a newborn calf being separated from its mother.
The calf, he was still wet, moist from the birth, and the mother cow saw the wheelbarrow. She immediately ran to her calf and started licking him. This calf was born less than an hour before. She was following the wheelbarrow and trying to lick him and touch him.
In order to produce milk, our dairy cow have to produce a calf every year. And in order that we're able to harvest the milk, the calves are removed from the mothers, usually within the first few hours after birth.
Professor Andrew Knight is critical of intensive farming methods. He believes that separating the calves from their mothers causes trauma.
The bond between a calf and the mother is a very strong bond, and it's very stressful for both the calf and for the mother for the calf to be removed.
Watching the calves being quickly separated from their mothers, it's easy to see how you can have an emotional response. But it's a fundamental part of mass milk production and happens on nearly every dairy farm in the UK. On the Welsh farm, things were taking a darker turn. The undercover worker sees shovels and other implements used on cows. On other occasions, workers were seen punching cows. And even putting the boot in.
I can say that I've seen horrible things. The video did not cover it all, absolutely. I missed many events.
Sometimes dairy cows lose their footing and can't get up. When this happens, there's a race against time to get them back on their feet before they suffer permanent nerve damage. It's especially challenging in a confined space like the milking parlour.
Instead of letting her calm down, maybe try to pull her in a gentle way, the first reaction was to kick her forcefully in the flank, in the stomach. The second reaction of other worker was to kick her in the back. And the consensus was that to pull her tail forcibly is the right thing to do. The cow was struggling to balance herself. She was just banged her head over the concrete again and again, howling, while the workers were laughing.
This poor cow's having its face dragged along the concrete. Oh my God, it's going up into the air. That's terrible. That's very obviously abuse. The worker is joking about it. What was not supposed to happen is that cows raised into the air using the hip hoist, which can significantly damage the bone and the soft tissues, causing further trauma. Not to imagine the amount of fear this cow must be enduring.
When animals are beyond help, the law requires them to be put out of their suffering promptly. But that didn't always happen on this farm. This cow was severely ill and in need of attention. A vet who was treating another cow at the farm was asked about it.
Have you seen the other cow, the recumbent one on the, it couldn't You know, the one who's lying on the floor. Yeah.
The vet that was present acknowledged that they are suffering and advised prompt euthanasia.
But instead of paying the vet to euthanize the dying cow there and then, the cow was left until a slaughterman could put it down the following day.
You don't think she's in a lot of suffer? Probably suffering. There's a guy coming to it tomorrow. That cow seems to be in pain for a long time. Yeah. They don't want it like. Yeah, and when slaughterman can come straight away, then it's great. But if they can't come to the day after, then it's not fair. Yeah.
It means she was suffering almost 24 hours from the time we saw her.